welcome to another Polkadoodles video. So today the video is showing the process behind this card that I made that's called Love That. I just really liked that sentiment together, and I really wanted to try out the beautiful on the street chipboard, and I wanted to be able to create a scene, and Nikki's just brought out this stencil called Sun and Moon, and it has these stunning little kind of small elements or like clusters that go with part of a scene. You've got two different moons in there, a couple of different suns, and then you also have the sun with like the ripples on the water for a sunset as well, and they're really fun to create with. And to be able to keep the colour that I've used on this card, I actually ink blended with some mustard seed and picked raspberry to give this beautiful sort of pinky tone. Nikki did a live video and she used picked raspberry, mustard seed and salty ocean, I think, to create this beautiful effect, and I just loved the colour scheme, so I had to try and recreate it on a card. So once I'd inked through that moon portion of the stencil with the stars in the yellow and the pink, I then went over with a clear embossing pad and heat embossed it to protect it, and then I could create my background using salty ocean and prize ribbon. I think that's what I used anyway, and ink blended over the background to create a proper kind of full-on sort of almost nighttime, more like dusky kind of scene on there, not going too dark with the colours. And then for all of the chipboard that I used the On the Street set, which has this beautiful lamppost and bench and multiple other bits and pieces in it as well. I also used the Hey Love words, which has the word that in there, and then I used the Love Arrow set of chipboard as well, which has the word love in here too. All of them will be linked below the video, so you can go out and check all of the beautiful chipboard out that Nikki has on her website. And for these I actually coloured them with my alcohol pens. I've been experimenting with different ways to colour chipboard. You can use your spray inks, you can use your paint pens, or your alcohol pens work really nicely for colouring in your chipboard, giving a nice solid colour to them. So I just went simple brown for the bench, black for the lamppost, black for the word love, and then for the word that I did actually use some white ink and a white paint pen as well, two of them together to kind of create a nice solid white kind of wording on there as well. So hope you liked the look of this card, and check out the rest of the video for the whole process behind it. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!